All right, what's up, everybody? G Master, Two Live Fools. I'm back with a special co-host this evening, my
Oh,
buddy Stephen Mallet. He was on about an episode or two ago, and we wanted to touch base, reconnect, and he's kind of filling in for Drew with me today. Drew's gonna try to hop on with us through our Skype call, hopefully in a little bit, because he's on baby duty, and I know in our last episode we talked a little bit about his daughter and sleep regression, and then he's got an infant, and me and Steve have both been down those roads, so we know what it's about. So Steve, thanks for coming in and helping me out, brother.
what's up, bro? How you doing? Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're just trying to, keep the content pumping for the peoples.
Well, hopefully there's a lot more people listening now, but I hope more people listen up and understand what's going on right now in our country, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, last time we talked, that was before the inauguration, and then after that, the chaos with the DC being locked down, and then you have oh Biden pretty much 44 executive orders, like he has a goddamn gun to his head, making him sign his name on a piece of paper, but he can't even find the pen sometimes. And that after
You,
that we have
you like they said, just shut up and sign it. There's
yeah,
audio, just being pushed. Shut up and sign it. I don't even know what I'm signing. Just sign it, Joe. All
it
right.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't even find the pen anyway.
I know, man, and that's I think that was a big concern for most people. Even people were talking about his mental capabilities and his mental awareness the whole way up and how they were hiding them and everything else. And people just hated Orange Man bad so bad that they said anything's better. And it's like, now it's like, and I've said it 1,000 times, like, my grandmother, she has the onset of dementia and everything else. And I'm like watching Joe Biden talk and do things and stuff like that. I'm like, he's older than her. And then it's like, we took the keys from her, and you're gonna give this guy the codes, man? Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, let's hand this guy the nuclear football, who can't even get through a sentence without rambling on and going on gas without making no complete sense. And if that monitor ever goes down, say at like the State of the Union, and he has to go off for like a minute with it, keeping the country intact, it's
Dude,
going to be a meltdown.
you're, you're even seeing like sometimes when he gets a little off track, he'll literally say, he's like, I'm talking more than I'm supposed to be, and he'll just like grab his shit and walk away, like, I'm taking my football and going home. You're like, what the fuck? What is this real life? Like, this is the leader of the free world, and he's just like taking my football and going home, man.
Yeah, and by that you mean the nuclear football.
I know. The irony is like one of those things where it's
Yeah,
just,
it's
oh
like
my god, this is where we're at.
you think this man can do the most stressful job possibly on earth. You're dealing with the international situations that you can get yourself into for saying the stupidest thing. Just a tweet. A tweet could have got us into nuclear war with somebody. That's how close we were to getting nuked or engaging in some kind of hot conflict. Like, and this guy can't be on camera. He can't be ever recorded or being around people. They kept him in the basement for a reason, because it wasn't a let's vote for Biden. It's let's get the orange man out.
Oh,
That was
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
no, that was the play. And then, I mean, if I don't know if you saw the other day, but there was a thing out by one of the media outlets, saying like basically that the new press secretary, like the Biden administration, is like going to the reporters and asking for the questions ahead of time. Imagine
Of
if
course.
Imagine if Kylie went and did that. And this is the other thing
Oh,
too. Kylie, like, it just shows how much of a gangster she really was, because like you see some of these press conferences with this, I forget her name, Jen Circleback girl, whatever it is,
Jen Pisky,
Hitsky,
Pesky.
Hatsky or something,
Yeah.
Russiansky. What was
No,
that?
I think it's isn't it Pisky? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's no Pisky. Whatever. Well, can
yeah,
it doesn't.
exactly.
You know what? I'll circle back on that. Okay.
Exactly. So like, but that's like one thing like you can start to appreciate about, Kylie, was like, dude, they were coming at her like
Bro.
ferocious rabid pit bulls. And she pulled out that binder, bro. And as soon as she pulled out that binder, I'd be like, oh shit, she's gonna drop the hammer. Holy shit, you know, because like she was just so well organized, color coded tabs. Like she was like everybody's pain in the ass, like Val Victorian, where you're like, how are you that organized? Like it can't even be real life.
No. And they came at her, and then sometimes she'd be blind. It would be like a double question. They'll ask a question, and then they'll like throw in another one real quick at the end. Then you have to dissect how you're going to answer the question in the order, even no matter how they even ask it to you.
Yeah, because the other thing is if she said she had to circle back, you would have seen that shit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh
they'd have T-shirts. That would be on an SNL skit.
I know.
That would be on an SNL skit.
You're absolutely right.
And if SNL doesn't touch that, well, we already know the media's all left anyway, but whatever. That, like, they destroyed Trump for 4 years. Like, every other episode, there was some Trump shit. If they don't do anything Biden, even though it's going to be comical gold, because watching the guy just hilarious. I'm sorry, people that are suffering dementia. Okay.
I know.
But that guy's got the football, and that football goes boom with a Hail Mary. So I can't. I mean,
well, I mean, it's scary and it's unfathomable that like how the hell did we get to this point, right?
Media manipulation the whole entire time.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's the thing, and like, the other thing I'm looking at too is like even on social media and like you said it too, like you had family members that you like butted heads with and didn't speak over this over this stuff, and like it's one of those things where like you're not seeing anybody who the 80 million who voted for Mr. Biden.
Yeah,
he ain't my prez, so Mr. Biden,
Mr. Biden. Yes.
But like you don't see anybody like saying like, oh, this is a great move. This is this. Like everybody's silent.
Well, because in reality, they didn't want him in. Like, let me tell you this. CNN, since after the inauguration, has dropped 44% of their viewers because they don't care anymore. They were tuning in to hear about negative Trump stuff, but now they're circling back.
Yeah.
Now they're peppering in. It's Trumpism now. It's not Trump. They'll throw in Trump. Now it's Trumpism.
Yeah. And how
whatever we do, they're just going to sprinkle down this nonsense that it was from Trump, and then people are going to have to start focusing on Biden.
Now, really, because he's been silent.
Well, people are going to start asking, like, why isn't he doing press conferences? Why isn't he ever speaking? Why don't we ever see him? Why don't because Trump was like, I mean, he was like on drugs. Like he was, I don't know. I'm not saying, like he was constantly on his feet, moving meetings. Yeah, I mean, he was doing golf too, but.
Was a machine. Like the guy's 70-something years old and he's doing 3 rallies a day and press conferences, and anytime he stepped in front of that podium, not one person would give him like any sort of clout. It was just attack, go for the throat, murder, death.
Yeah. And it's,
and I mean, but at 70-something years old, and I mean sharp as attack on the ball. Now listen, I've said it 1,000 times on this show and in my everyday life is like, he's hard to listen to sometimes. He repeats himself a lot. It's like your drunk uncle telling you the same story over and over. And then, you know what I'm saying? And it was like repeating himself, like, that's lighter. That's a good lighter. That's green. Green's a great color, that lighter. That lighter to spark a cigarette or something, He just goes on and on. And you're like, oh my God, like, I just want to slam my dick in the door. Like, what is going on, right? And then you get some, like, phenomenal tweet out of him for some shit, and you're just like even though you're like, I can't believe the President of the United States just said that, but that's just fucking funny, bro. Like he is like one of the greatest trolls of all time,
dude. He's saying the things that we used to talk about as kids that we'd say, like, if I was president, I'd say, kiss my ass. I'm doing whatever. fuck I want.
I
This
know.
is my country. You're fired. You're fired. I would have came in and started firing everybody like a lunatic.
Well, you know what the thing is too. I think that was like, I think that's why a lot of people, everybody who really vote and vote counted and all that good stuff. All of us real Americans. What? No,
You commies. You're all commies.
But you know what? I think that's like why a lot of everyday people, even though everyday people is white supremacy trash, by the media.
Oh,
It
me.
is, right?
That's
Yeah,
me.
no, exactly.
I fit all the categories.
I know. Check the box.
Yeah, I'm a white male gun. I'm a white male gun owner.
I know exactly. Hey, I'm even worse. I'm a white male gun owner that works for himself.
Oh, send the bus, pick his ass up, and bring him to a camp.
I know. But I think he resonated with certain people on certain things because it was the shit that we say out here or the bullshit you're talking about with your boys, how 90% of the people feel. He would say it and he's the president and everybody's like, he's not presidential. I go, and I've said it to Drew on the show before too. I'm like, people got pumped. I'd rather what is it? And I've talked about it with James too. I'd rather have a harsh truth than a bold-faced lie. And we got comfortable with people, or a silver tongue lie, or whatever it is. We got comfortable with people like Bush, Clinton, Obama, all of them. Especially Obama, great public speaker.
Yeah.
But they made him feel good. He would literally be like, "Yeah, we're doing great for the country," and then go bomb 20 million people. Bam! Fuck you.
Oh my God, he was the Obama. He was the Obama in chief, dude. He was dropping bombs in Yemen when we weren't even in conflict with them because we suspected someone being in a restaurant and it ended up killing an American civilian. Anyone hear about that story?
Oh, you're not allowed. Hey, you can't talk about that. That's
I probably can't talk about that, but it happened.
Yeah, I know. I know, but it's that's the crazy part. I literally saw but then I try to think of unity, right? How do you bring us all together? What's your opinion of bringing us all together? So, let's talk about GameStop, right? That's a good way to show unity.
Oh, well, that was the one. That was the one time I saw the left and the right together.
Right?
Yes, it was the first time we saw the right and the left of the common person meet in the middle and agree on something.
Why? Because it fucked with everybody's money.
Yes.
Rich people's money, blue people's money, red people's money, the people in the middle like us,
because it involved greenbacks, baby.
Well, you know what it was? It was like, oh, we're going to take the system that you've been doing for so many years, shorten stocks, and, we're all going to get together and say, well, you're not shorting the stock that you're saying you're shorting.
Yes. It's one, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a kid or a nerd that hacks into something and cracks the code and then tells all his nerd friends about it. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, Drew's in. We got the darkness. He's coming in hot. Look at that man.
Look at that.
You guys are both wearing black hoodies. If I knew that, I would have wore that too. Look at me. I'm falling apart over
and they're
here.
white writing. I'm sorry.
Oh, nice.
White writing too.
Well, mine says hubby.
Look at you guys. Fucking gorgeous.
That's a gangster.
I was just in a rant. You missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, we're on a GameStop. We're on a GameStop rant.
Oh, man. GameStop.
Yeah.
GameStop.
All right, so we'll give you a little pre-lib of what we were just speaking about. Because
we're going to circle back. We're going to circle back.
We're going to circle back like the other press secretary. We're circling back,
Life is like a circle. It's
like
a circle.
So,
back at you.
So basically what we were talking about is everybody's so this way, everybody's so that way. How do we bring us all together?
Yeah.
And we were saying with the GameStop thing that happened, it crossed, excuse me, it crossed all party lines. It crossed all ages. Well, it was younger, demographic, but costly like blue, red, white, black. Everybody was like, wait, this is fucked up in here.
Yeah. Nobody was okay with it. except for the billionaires.
Oh my God. No, the fact that it involved money, them losing the money, and us coming together. They're like, whoa, if they're taking our money and they're coming together, we can't allow that to happen.
That was the trifecta, because we always said, how do they control everybody, separating us, like we talked about on our last episode, where how did they get me and you to agree? Oh, well, Garrett's white, Drew's black, Garrett's gay, Drew's not, this and that, and they take the little riffs when most of us have the same common core values.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, so, but we were talking about like the GameStop, like where it was like, but that's a fucked up thing, right? So think about it. It's taken them how long to try to get everybody their next check or everything? It's been months. They're squabbling over these dollars. Within what, 4 hours? The White House was already on the phone, putting a stop to something, letting that other hedge fund come in, inject money and save everybody's asses and all that other stuff. So it got done in less than 12 hours when the rich people didn't want to lose their money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how fast they can like turn shit around when it involves people losing money, man, right?
Well, this is what I'm thinking. And this is what I'm, what I've been saying is the curtain's dropping little by little. And whether you loved or hated Trump, he's exposed a lot of things about the way our politics work, the way our lobbyists work, the way I think he's given, me personally, one of the best civics lessons of my life. Because, like, Drew, you've heard me spit off shit where I'm like, activate 271, blah, 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 this, that. Dude, I slept through that fucking class. Right? Like, more like, I mean, well, Drew's very educated and studious. So, but like, I slept through that class. Like, so it gave me that like civics lesson and also set like the fire under my ass to like learn more. Like, what rights do we really have? What rights do we don't have? What is the right play here? What's the right play there? And then now he's dropping the veil on the financial system.
Oh,
but
yeah,
he did it
uncovered.
Or not, it woke enough people up to be like, oh, and then this thing happens, and it was just like whack, slap you in the face. This is how it really works when the big money needs to make shit move.
It showed every single person in America, I don't care where you stand, that it really does only come down to money. They don't either side, Republican, Democrat, they don't care. It's money, and they just lifted the hood and showed you their faces.
Yeah,
and then the media's trying to crush it though, because they don't want us to come together, and it makes sense. Because
that's what we always say, and I know it's so cliche, like. United we stand, divided we fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
All the time, and like like that's one of the things. Like when if there's more of us than them when it comes down, and like I said, me and Drew were talking about it the other day. Like, why? Like, we can't even fathom why you would want to control or that much power. Like, we have a hard enough time holding our families together, being the head. Or whatever it is, or like being the dad, like dealing with your wife, dealing with your kids, the job, the business, and this. And there's people out there that just like want to control it all.
Dude, 2 days ago, when we got 10 feet of snow dumped on us. I'm in my front yard, like trying to fire up my snowblower. At that moment, that was like my biggest like worry right now. I'm like, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Like,
so did the snowblower fire up?
Huh?
Did you get work?
Finally, yeah, after like 10 minutes.
You're lucky because mine, I started it the day before, got it all prepped, facing out, go out there. Now it's a blizzard. I'm trying to take the carburetor off. I don't even know what the carburetor is. I'm spraying whatever carburetor junk shit my neighbor gave me in the thing. I'm like lighting the side of my house on fire because it's like backfire. It's like, boom! And I'm just like, oh shit! It's a blizzard. I got like my jacket over my head trying to do this. Didn't start. Luckily, my sweet elderly neighbor, he had one, so we made a deal. I said, I do your driveway, I clean out your cars, I do everything, and we did.
Man.
I just kept doing trips. I hit his driveway like 4 times. He actually just texted me about an hour ago, and he was like, this is because he's got that heavy like Irish brogue.
Oh, nice. All right.
So I read his text messages in Irish or whatever.
Just thinking about it, you can't like not hear it in Irish.
Yeah. Oh, Garrett, Oh, Karen, it was so nice of you to make my driveway. It was all the way down to the blacktop. It was such a good thing. He's like, you're such a great neighbor. He's like, thank you, sir.
It's like Fitzy's Pops?
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Definitely. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Hansberry is the name. Yes.
Our buddy's name is Fitz, and Pops was his grandfather, who was Pops.
Yeah, my best friend Joey, one of his best friends Brian, they're cousins, and that's how we all know each other. But his grandfather, straight off the boat, Pops. He had a heavy one, man.
Oh yeah, dancing, going out to dance club until his 80s. Lunatic.
Yep.
Remember those days, dance clubs? You could actually like go out and go to a bar or do any of that stuff.
Hold on, wait.
Oh my God.
Comrade Murphy is allowing us to be at 35% occupation, and we are allowed to go later than 10 o'clock.
Welcome to America.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of hoping they'll bring back like prohibition, so now we can bring back speakeasies.
Oh my, take it on the ground.
Yeah, that's it. Take it
from the man.
But a lot of places have though. They've busted parties in Chicago and New York with like 300 people in a warehouse, with like a full open bar and a DJ and shit.
It's going back to the 90s, like 90s raves.
You know what that's called? Being a fucking American.
Yeah.
Yes, it's called capitalism.
Warehouse parties.
Yeah,
we're going back to warehouse parties.
I love house parties. Oh, the best. Different levels and different rooms, and there's like I haven't seen a keg in like 10 years, by the way. Like we used to throw kegs through windows for fun.
Get a little off topic here. Beer balls.
Oh, the old course. Oh yeah, you open it up, you fill the whole thing full of ice, you close it back. You're like, I got 44 beers in here.
Yeah. 30 pack and a quarter. It's like 640s.
Oh yeah. That was and they outlawed them. They had like a spear that was inside of it.
Is that why they outlawed it?
Well, I'm sure because it contained a deadly weapon.
Well, I know when it got to the bottom, like you couldn't get like the last 2 beers, so you'd have to cut it open.
Cool. Speaking of deadly weapons, did you guys ever play like lawn darts?
Dude,
that was
years.
I think they outlawed that because I was born in '82. They outlawed that before I was old enough to play with any lawn game. But I come across people's garages that like you find a rusty lawn dart. And you're like, you guys used to throw these in the air for fun?
I like every year when I lived in Opakon, we would have, my father would throw this big barbecue / family reunion. So there'd be like 40, 50 people there, like crushing beers, like Chivas Regal and Scotch. Like
Chivas Regal.
Chivas Regal. That was my dad's like drink of choice, like Chivas Regal. Dude just hammered, playing with lawn darts, never an accident. Like how? Like how?
How there was never an accident, especially when you're like, let me take this hand spear, throw it into the blazing sun, look up, blind myself, and hope it don't peg me in the head.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's like you're just like telling your friends, like, I got an idea. Let's get shitty drunk and throw darts at each other and just hope for the best. Let's hope no one catches a dart in the eye. And everyone's just like, yeah, that's okay. Let's do that.
Well, it's not even like a dart, like a dartboard dart. It's like a hand spear, man.
Yeah. You take one of those to the chest, dead. I don't care who you are.
But that's why they stopped making them, because kids were throwing them at barbecues and putting them through people's jugulars.
I honestly think that was just like Spartan training for younger kids.
Yeah.
It had a purpose, right?
Well, even when I was in high school, like I ran track in high school, and like where they would throw the javelin, they didn't like fence off that area at all. So you'd just be walking across the field, just javelins just landing, like 12-foot spears. No one ever died. Nobody died.
A video where the dude throws the javelin and the guy that's marking it hits him in the fucking leg, and he just pulls it out, drops it, and marks it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I saw one. I got hit in the chest.
That's dedication to your sport, to your craft.
I saw one where they threw the javelin and the guy was walking and the coach, it went through his hand and he just looked at it and just walked off the field like nothing happened. This javelin just hanging out of his hand.
Like he was like, oh, that's the end of the day. Let's call practice a wrap.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you guys got to go home. I'm gonna bleed out in like 5 minutes. So yeah.
No, that'd be the perfect opportunity for that coach to turn around, look at his kids, and be like, "Hey guys, that's javelin life." Just pulls it out, throws it on the ground,
drops javelin, walks out. Yeah.
Hold on. Did you just say that was a perfect opportunity for him to say, "Hey kids, this is javelin life"? What does that even mean?
Yeah. Gather around, folks. This is a teaching moment. This is a teaching moment.
Yeah, because when you're on the track and field, those javelin kids are probably in charge. Those are the guys carrying the biggest weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you ran track and field. Are the javelin dudes in charge?
No. They're the least in charge. Like the biggest dudes with spears, not in charge. No.
Yeah.
No.
They're just swinging the hammer, like literally.
Yeah. Throwing shot put, just throwing like boulders and spears. They're like, no, we don't want those guys in charge. No.
Mm-mm. They're usually the Cro-Magnums.
Oh yeah, the big dudes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy who's like a sophomore who looks like he's like 45.
I know.
He's like 6'5", like 260. Got a full beard.
Yeah, he's got full mutton chops.
Yeah.
He can't connect it yet. He's just got like the giant mutton chops.
Yeah, he's got full mutton chops. He somehow has his license already. Like,
he's been buying everybody beer since 7th grade.
Buying everyone beer and VHS porn for the past, like,
Going into the bodega, I'll take 3 cherry 18s. I'll take 2.
Yeah. And everyone had that one friend to call.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Remember Tank, Steve?
Say again?
Remember my buddy Tank Ass?
Oh my God.
He was the one, bro. He got his fake ID, right? He's dead now. God rest his soul. I love him. But he fucking got his fake ID when we were like literally in 8th grade or maybe freshman year. So by the time we were his senior year, he was like 26 on his fake ID, but he looked so much older than his fake ID because the picture that he took on it was like when he was 14 years old. So by the time he was 18, he looked like he was like 35. So it like matched up perfectly. It was hilarious.
I remember like my 8th grade, we took it was like a class trip to like Washington, D.C.
Oh,
so
yeah,
like everyone like had their rooms, and I remember it was like everyone was like staying up and like playing like around like midnight. Like me and my buddies were flipping through channels, and turns out like our TV had HBO. But, like all the TVs had HBO, so all of a sudden you could hear outside the hallways like phones ringing in all the rooms because everyone's like calling each other like oh, turn to channel 46. It was like full on like Spice Channel like.
Yeah, HBO, and then was it
Skinamax?
Spice.
Remember that? You used to have the black box and like have the squigglies, and every once in a while you'd be like, Titty!
I'm like, my dad's a carpenter. He just got this box from his electrician friend. Apparently gets every single channel ever. Like, screw it in.
I like how you're doing the knobbies with your fingers.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think I'm always thinking people can see me, but most people are listening to us.
Yeah. We're get the YouTube channel. We got to get the other one up because like we are talking to each other. We see each other. But it's
very animated, so it's hard to like because normally I'm saying things with my hands and speaking different words, but they're all coming together at the same time.
Yeah, I got
you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Oh, hey, what you doing?
Get your point across, man.
Yeah. God. Well, so we just went on a tyrant.
Well, I think if we want to start any conversation, we should probably do a couple snorts of the Adderall and maybe discuss if octopus are really aliens. I mean,
definitely aliens.
They're definitely
aliens. Have to be. It's not right.
I watched some shit the other day. Speaking of octopus.
oh Jesus! I was just kidding.
No, this diver was like underwater and like literally was like hanging out with this octopus, and it like taught him how to like open a jar and get in and get out. And the next thing you knew, the octopus was like doing it, like they were just like boys, like met underneath, like they met at a bar hanging out, and he like taught the octopus to do all this crazy shit.
That's it.
Taught the octopus how to like open a beer.
Yeah.
Yep. Drew's right.
Alien. Sorry.
Aliens.
Alien.
Has to be. This makes sense.
Listen, the way 2020 and 2021's coming in with a bang, I would not be surprised if we don't see a giant ship of aliens above us soon.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised though. I walk outside, be like with a coffee, be like, huh.
They're here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I still got to go to work though, so they're going to take care of me or leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh Jesus!
Do not block I-80. Do not block I-80 corridor. All right.
I got places to go.
I got shit to do. God damn it.
So like, listen, I got a reservation at Longhorn at 7:30, so you gotta get the hell out of the way. I'm sorry.
That Longhorn went up by where we live burnt down the other day.
Did it really?
Up by the ITC.
Oh yeah. I saw that, man.
There was like 6 fires in up in Mount Olive that way. Like with it, or I don't know. There's a couple within a day, but that one burnt straight to the ground.
And they all happen to be failing restaurants.
I know. Yeah. It's sad but true.
I know.
You can't get a prime rib at 11 o'clock at night. You might as well just burn the place down. That's it,
dude. But that's how desperate people are getting. And it's unfortunate right now with all that's going on. Like that's really happening in real life, and people are really getting affected, and they're doing things to themselves that are not healthy, and they're doing things to their businesses and their surroundings that aren't healthy, and it's only getting worse. And finally, the government showed their face and took off the veil and let them know that it's all about the money. They don't care about us. And then once we got a couple of nerds that cracked the code and they gave all that information to their nerd friends. Not saying we're not nerds because I jumped on a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, all right? I'm a nerd then, okay? But I got in on the action a little bit. Not very successful as other people, but they push a button and they said you can't play this game. And unfortunately, that's where the left and the right were actually agreeing on something that the big banks shouldn't control this country or the world. And they said, we don't care what you think. Screw you all.
Yeah, people saw something they didn't like it, and for a short time, everyone was in agreement. So. It's unfortunate it takes things like that to kind of, bring people together. But
well, I mean, they've spent the past, how many years dividing, putting a little rift here, little rift there, little rift here, little rift there, to eventually it's like the Grand Canyon between two sides. So anybody that's in the middle ends up falling in that hole.
Unless you're Evel Knievel.
You could jump that motherfucker.
Yeah, and it's time for someone to jump over and pull us back together, because all they're going to do is keep bringing us apart and apart and apart. We'll never be able to communicate because they took away the right from the left on social media platforms, and then they crushed the right by taking away Parler and crushing all those right independents. So we got to find a way to connect again and hold it tight where they can't break us. But that might be something. A conflict might happen.
I know, that's what's scary, because that's like, that's how they always like try to, I don't know. I'm like torn behind that, because conflicts bring us together, but it's also a giant veil that they're throwing over somebody's eyes. Like, look over here so we can take this over there.
Yeah. I mean, we've all experienced, like, this past year it has been like hard. Whether you're a small business owner, whether, you work a regular job, it's just been hard for everyone.
And, mentally, physically.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have just been beaten down. People are still kind of dealing with it. So it gets to, I don't know, I guess you would call it a breaking point, where at some point it's just like, you know what, man, like, I'm tired. And I just want the best for everyone. And I just want to be okay. I want my friends and family to be okay. Like, Garrett and I were talking about in the last podcast, like, we hate to call ourselves like simple people, but at the end of the day, I mean, isn't that what it's really all about? You just want the best for your neighbor. You just want the best for the people you care about. And then that's it. Like, some people are like, listen, I don't need $1 billion, man. I can pay my mortgage, make sure my kids are safe. Like, it's just.
Well, we said, we were saying, like, what's your number? What's your number?
You nailed it right there.
What's your number to be like, it's enough money, I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even a number. It's just like, as long as I'm comfortable, like right now, technically, like if you mathematically, everyone's almost paycheck to paycheck. Even I am. I'm like,
yeah.
I mean,
a lot of people are.
It's just reality. I mean, but my number is where, my number is where I'm at right now, because I'm happy where I am. It's paycheck to paycheck. I'm still working hard. My family's happy. We're in a house that has heat. We have food on the table.
Yeah.
We roof over our heads. We have cars. We can get to places. We can do things. We can interact in the house together as one. We can go to different places and still communicate if we're,
Yeah.
But I don't put a number on it. I don't think it's not a number. I think they don't care about money. It's about power because they want to be on top. I want to own 3. He owns 2 football teams. I'm going to own 3 football teams.
Well, what I said, my number is 1 trillion for me. 1 trillion.
1 trillion.
So I'm perfectly fucking honest. No, just
that's a modest number.
Well, we were saying, and me and Drew were talking about like return on investment. Like, like you could make more money, but then you sacrifice time and family. And what's your number where like, it's not worth it, right?
Yeah,
no, it's not.
So, but that's what
statistic
was like the power thing. Like it comes to a point where you could have all the money in the world, but certain people have more power. It becomes power is more than money to some people. So they're still getting that money, but they have the power to control the people who have a real lot of money.
Yeah. There was a stat like I was telling Garrett about like last time when they were talking about, people who work like a standard job. It's like how many people would take a promotion with more money, but at the same time, that meant that now they're working like 50, 60 plus hours a week. And a lot of people said, no, I would take my current pay and keep that work-life balance. Like you're starting to see with average folks is getting less and less about, making money. It's just really focusing on the things that matter, man. At the end of the day, life's short, man. Like I want to go to my kids' soccer games. I want to go to my kids, different things. I want to do that because you don't get time back. I don't care how much money you get. You can't buy time. You can't buy it.
We've said it before too. Time it's invaluable, or right word I'm saying, invaluable because you can't get it back. It's the only commodity that nobody can. You can't trade on. Like you can't. There's nothing that can give you that time back. If you don't do that, you know what I'm saying. What's up, Caleb? So
I was gonna say, I thought someone was sneaking up on you, man.
Yeah, I thought I was getting flanked there. I was waiting for a rear naked.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Call the cops. Save yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, damn it.
Gable grip.
Sorry about that. I was getting choked to death by my son.
We understand.
especially you guys.
Yeah.
Well,
so like Garrett was saying, man, you're right, dude. It doesn't matter. You can have billions upon billions of dollars. Like look at even like Jeff Bezos. Like he stepped down as CEO. He probably got so sick of being in the media eye. He was like, "Fuck this, man! Dude, I can just sit behind the scenes."
It's like one of those dreams you have as a kid. I want so much money, I can just.
Yeah.
He has that money to do that, and no one to find him.
Yeah.
He can have.
He just disappeared.
He can have a key of island somewhere. Just have this is mine.
Yeah. I saw an interview with him like
when he made Epstein's.
It's probably attached to the same chain.
Yeah.
Kind of is. Kind of is. Yeah. I think he bolted for a reason. And I don't think it's because he was just like, he's got FU money, which he does have FU money.
Oh.
Something's coming down the pipe for him.
Think so?
Well, he was the head of the Washington Post, right? He bought that, right?
Yeah.
And they did a lot of bullshit media coverage on certain things. And then I think there's been a couple other things coming out that people are going to find out about soon with just some of the dealings because, I don't want to talk about what's it called the voting of people. I can't say the word because we'll get pulled off of certain stuff if we talk about it. But the voting of people. So he was supposed to be unionized. They were talking about unionizing his plan, right?
Oh, but nope.
They want to mail in ballots because it was prone to whatever. So his that said there's nothing that could happen with mail-in ballots when you go to fuck with his money. No. Okay, for me, but not for me.
No, about those mail-in ballots, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. You know that newspaper I own that said it was? I'm going to retract that.
I'm actually I just sold it.
Yeah, exactly. I just sold it. Got rid of it. That was a lie.
It's like that South Park episode, and it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. Oh shit.
I
Oh
mean,
my God.
so, you know what? I mean, the only reason I would like I call it "fuck you" money, is just so like I don't gotta answer to nobody. But at the end of the day, everybody answers to somebody.
Yeah, it's your wife and your kids.
Yeah. Or
Yeah. They
big,
don't.
big
In reality, they don't really don't answer to you. They just kind of push you in the direction they need you to be.
Yeah,
absolutely.
at
Yeah.
gunpoint. Got a little
Damn
gun,
kids
little
these
gun in
days.
your back. So it's like, yeah, just do that. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. All right. I'll give you I'll give you a snowboard too. Take it easy.
Yeah. Do
My
whatever you want.
not a hammer anymore is a full blown butcher knife.
That's it. That's it. It's one of those made by Hattori Hanzo.
Yeah.
Well, it like cuts his he's got a kitchen in his room that he has like one of them wooden pizzas that like you Velcro on and it's like slices. It came with like
Velcro.
a roller and like a bread cutter. That kid walks around with that fucking thing. And he just walks up to me. And he's like, "Shing, shing, 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 shing! I shake you, Dad! I shake you!" And I'm like, "Don't."
God, Jesus.
Yep, he's gonna be 3. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
He's
I don't
gonna
know what I'm
be
doing.
3? Oh, Jesus.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a bad parent. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
He's gonna go prison style, man. He's gonna stab you, drop the knife in like the drain, and like walk away. Like,
Dude, he tried to shove it in the air vent in his bed today. Like to hide it in his air vent by his bed.
like he's in prison.
yeah. It's either
That's
prison or that's his home defense tool. This way he can access it quickly,
True.
just in case like someone.
Honestly, that's my roll dog. I know if shit hits the fan, he will jab somebody in the jugular for me.
He's the first dude to grab a knife and just go for it.
Whatever, and he's not even Puerto Rican. It doesn't make sense.
He's the only kid you don't have to worry about.
I mean, his name is Gabriel, so I guess.
I mean, my oldest, like, she's tall enough where she can kind of reach up on the counter and like grab
Oh,
something.
yeah.
So if you leave like a knife like on the edge of the counter, like she'll grab it and she'll like actually
Yeah.
like play with it. So I gotta like be careful.
Play with it. Drew's just throwing her switchblades and shit.
Drew, do that trick I showed you. Do that trick I showed you. Come on.
How old is your oldest?
She just turned 2.
And your oldest is 2.
Yeah, my oldest is 2, and my other one just turned 3 months. So.
Almost Irish twins there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Drew's the Black Irish.
Yep.
He's
I'm the Irish.
Nice.
Irish.
Yeah, like Garrett doesn't have girls, but at around 2 and 3, it's like doing hair. It's
that's me now, man. Getting ready for daycare, man.
Yeah, dude.
Like, taking out the product, like combing the hair, getting the knots out of it and stuff, man.
That's
nice.
I'm girl because I don't have a weak lower back, you pussies.
Oh, jeez. I'm a power bottom. All right. I'm a power bottom.
I throw it at Drew every once in a while. He's like, "Man, fuck you."
Yeah, he throws that little jab in there. I'm like, all right, man. Like, I'll see you on the mat. Okay.
That's all I got right now. That's all I got.
That's where you can settle it, though. That's a good dynamic. You're like, you guys talk shit, but like, all right, I'll see you 20 minutes on the mat.
Yep.
That's awesome, though. But I wish I had an environment I can do that at.
We just gotta settle. We gotta settle it the man's way. That's it.
Exactly, like the first Olympic sport way. We'll settle this on the mat.
Yeah.
Well, like, literally, me and Drew talk about it. It's like if everybody trained jujitsu, I think we'd all get along a lot better.
Everyone, because you would just know.
Be smacked in the mouth anymore.
Yeah.
And
everything.
Like no matter how far apart, like me and Drew don't agree on everything. I mean, we should because I'm fucking awesome. But like,
oh shit.
No, we don't agree on everything, but like we have a deeper respect for each other because like we go through that grind together.
Yeah. Man.
So like I'll hear his point out and he'll hear my point out, and even if we don't agree, it's not like we hate each other. Like I'll still run into a fucking burning building for his family.
Yeah.
That's what it's truly all about. And when you're talking about like everyone should do jiu-jitsu or martial art, everything, that all boils down to the utmost important thing, which is discipline and respect. And that's what we're losing in this country.
Yeah. I mean, you're seeing
that's the sole thing.
And that camaraderie, like you even
Yes.
in the military, right? Like those are your band of brothers.
Yes.
no matter what, no matter how far you are, like, you know how it is. Like, even like our group of friends and your group of friends, like, we won't see each other for 10 years. We get together. It's like we're 14-year-old kids that didn't miss a beat.
Yeah. And it's like you catch up for like 2 seconds. You alive? I'm alive. Any sisters, brothers, cousins, children, married? Okay, good. All right, let's go have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Well, shit for about 35 seconds. Then it's like, all right, you're gonna hold my ankles for the keg stand. What's going on?
Yeah. And then it's just like, I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're alive. I'm glad you have a family. Glad you have a job. Let's get down to business.
It's time to punch the card and go to work. That's it.
Yes, exactly.
We have about 8 years we haven't seen each other, so we got to make that up in about 6 hours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll be fine.
Dog shit tomorrow. See you later.
Yeah, I don't have time to reminisce. It's time to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a plate of nachos and 6 shots of Jameson. Thank you.
Yes, immediately.
I was drinking picklebacks this weekend. Oh, so good. I love them.
They're so good, man. I remember like when I went out, I lived in Brooklyn.
Bro.
You I'm trying to think what it's called. So when I lived in Brooklyn, Bushwick Country Club was like this dive bar down the street from me, but they're the original inventor of the pickleback.
We need to go once we're not under control.
Was that an Irish area?
Well, this is Williamsburg, so not so much Williamsburg, Brooklyn. But no, it's more. I mean, the majority of the population there was like Hasidic Jew.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know. They may like the Jameson. They may like it. I hope
behind
so.
the scenes, they like to party, man.
Yeah, if they're not crushing wine, man. It's just some JMO and some.
Dicks through holes in the sheets. They're getting crazy, bro.
Oh, geez.
So weird. So weird.
That's a real thing, though.
Yes,
really?
I know.
Okay, I just want
Half my town was Jewish.
to be fact checked on that, please.
Well,
I'm not going to Google it.
My town
Really think I'm going to Google that shit?
Half Jewish.
Yeah, your town you grew up in, right?
Oh yeah, half Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
There was actually a train track that ran through our town. It was almost like the Berlin Wall.
That's awesome.
All the rich jewelers on one side, right?
And you were in 2 different middle schools, and then you met. You met at like the junior high, and then you went to high school together. So you like grew up, and then you're like, yeah. Not that much, yeah, though.
That was how it was for me in my town, though. You grew up on like the Oak Ridge side or the Lake Apacon side. And in middle school, it was like Voltron. You combine forces of debauchery.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's so cool, man. I don't know, man. Going back to like combat sports, man. I think in like the UK, I think boxing is like they start that in like middle school or elementary school for like kids.
They should.
Yeah.
Well, dude, like we were even talking about like wrestling. Like when my parents were growing up, it was like high school class.
Yeah.
Well, your parents were growing up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I bet. And then your dad was wrestling. Your mom was like in sewing class.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, or in home ec where she's cooking muffins and shit.
Yeah, pineapple upside down
cakes.
Your
dad was
and
in
stuff.
wood shop. He's in wood shop doing wood shop things. If you can't see on camera, that's me doing wood shop things. and then he was like doing a drill press, and your mom, because they were teaching you how to like almost serve your role back when our parents were in high school. How to serve your role,
I had home ec in high school, but I mean like. It was like, what was it? It was like cooking and like managing a budget. It was almost like life skills, essentially, like basic life skills.
Where are the life skills? These kids look at a tire and they're like, "How does that thing come off?"
Yes,
I'm like,
yeah.
I can show you.
Yeah, I can show you. I have a magic tool.
It's and that's the tire iron. It sounds like a lightsaber, though.
Yeah.
Or a giant star.
Yeah. The tire iron with the one that had the
right. I'm straight up bringing it back old school. Like my kids, my kids eat so much. They're like, how do we use the microwave? Like they climb up like circus midgets on each other's backs, head and top. They throw it in there. And they're like, Dad, I gotta hit the 2, the 3, and the 0, right? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, Then the start button. I'm like, yeah, they make themselves breakfast sometimes. They're hungry. I say it all the time. When me and Rand died, they would survive for a while inside that house. They can eat. They know how to get the food. They can cook. They can get outside. They know how to do the fire. Like my 2-year-old literally like throws his suspender pants on. Dad, we go whack wood. All right, and then he goes and stacks it, hits it with the like. I know he's like, dude. My kids are like, I think they'll be okay.
I'm like immediately picturing your kids on each other's shoulders with like the giant overcoat at the bar, like trying to get like drinks.
Go get that beer. They walk into the liquor factory underneath the school, like,
like Gabe's got the fake mustache on, and like, I would like your finest alcohol, thank you.
Yeah. I would like your finest picklebacks, please.
or then, but they get. Can I see your ID, sir? And they had the ID. It's a picture of like some old guy, and she's like, "Can I see your face?" And he's like, "Well, I can't take my mask off."
Yeah. That's like, it. I forgot about that.
Valid point, sir. Enjoy your weekend.
The problem with my kids is if somebody asks them where their mask, they're gonna go, "We're Americans, right?" Dude, my kids all the time, they're like, "Do we have to wear a mask in here?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think so." That's right, Dad, because we're Americans. I'm like. Yep.
Yeah, my daughter's 3 and my son, he's 9. I said, no, they don't have to wear it. I've gotten some looks and some shit. I know it's like, pass on. I understand it's a real thing, but that's my child, and I believe that I have the decision.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I even had my daughter was with me at Costco a couple weeks ago, and I had her in the car, and like I said, she was 2, and we were online, and she like sneezed. And there was like 4 people around me that looked at me like, "Oh my God, she sneezed!" And I was just like,
"You're going to hell."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
your baby's a murderer."
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
My 2-year-old daughter murders people. She don't mess around.
Murderer. Meanwhile, a year ago, Gunnar was just licking shopping carts and nobody said a fucking word.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, Walmart handle, like a freaking accordion."
Yeah, you see these pictures like kids like licking the seat on the school bus. Nothing. Nothing.
Oh no, yeah, no. There's definitely some window lickers in here too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's why my immune system is so good.
Yeah.
You can't kill me, buddy. And I've also had smallpox.
Yeah.
So I got and about 7 different strains of anthrax before I deployed. So I'm like the Terminator.
I think
like when they send the people like all the malaria shit they got to give you and all that. I didn't
get, well, not that I know of any malaria, but I had to get smallpox vaccination where they stab you like 15. I have a scar, a nice nasty scar on my arm. They stab you like 15 times. You're actually infected with smallpox. They wrap it around like a bandage around your arm, and you can't shower for like 2 days.
Wow.
What?
That's wild, man.
I can't. I don't know. I can't get it out. I don't know if you can see it. I'm on camera. It's in here somewhere.
Is it like a circle like this?
Yes, it's like a perfect circle.
Our parents have them. Like my mom has that.
My mom has one. Yeah.
Has one, right?
But then everyone became immune because everyone's grandparents and parents got it, and then they figured it out. But
well, you remember fucking chickenpox? Like, you would have chickenpox, and like your moms would be like, "Have a party."
Yeah. And you know what's great? I haven't seen a kid with chickenpox in like 15 years.
No.
It's amazing. Like vaccinations do work, but they've been studied for like 100 years.
Yeah.
I had it when I was little.
Yeah, so did I. I have a nice little thing on my forehead. I look like I got hit with like a BB.
Yeah, I think I still got the scars on my butt from scratching.
Dude, I had them everywhere in my throat, everywhere, bro. I got them bad, but I don't know. I'm still kicking. I had scarlet fever 3 times too.
Scarlet. Jesus.
They used to quarantine for that back in the day. Like they would shut that house and like keep you, and it's like basically scarlet fever is like when strep throat goes unchecked.
Well, yeah. Well, I was telling Garrett, I was telling you like a year ago. I was on a Friday. I was training, and after training, I started to feel like sick. I'm like, all right, I think I'm catching a cold. Someone got a cold, and then my throat got really sore. So I'm like, all right, I got strep. But then like 2 or 3 days later, I developed like sores all over my hands and feet. Like I couldn't even walk. And I went to the doctor initially, and they're like, "Oh, you just have strep." I'm like, "All right, well, what's all over my hands and feet?" And I went to my actual like general practitioner. He's like, "You have Coxsackie." He's like, 3-year-olds get that.
Yep, Coxsackie.
Yeah, hand like foot and mouth disease or something.
Foot and mouth disease.
Mouth disease.
He's like, yeah, but he's like, usually children get this. I don't know how you got it. And I'm like, well, I don't know. It's probably rolling around with sweaty dudes.
Maybe.
You're like, it's like, I don't know, but I also have like 3 things of ringworm going on right now.
Yeah. I got some staph going on my armpit. Check that out real quick.
Yeah.
Like I've said it since the beginning of this whole. I'm like, I'm more scared of a staph infection, bro.
Dude, staph's
yeah.
nasty, man.
Oh yeah.
Like it kills like super healthy people.
Yeah.
It's well, at least the flu is gone.
It's
Never
okay. Like we said earlier, like the flu dropped, heart disease and cancer dropped. The exact percentage that COVID picked up the deaths, like the exact, like, dude, they got caught on a hot mic the other day. The COVID task force or whatever it is in the White House. 2 of the guys were talking, and he's like, "Oh, you can take off your mask." And he's like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like. And the other guy's like, we're all vaccinated anyway. And he's like, no. The study out of UC Berkeley, like Southern California, came back that, the percentages, the death or transmission rate is, 1.3, 1.7, which is, COVID, exactly. 1.7%, which is the same or a little less than the common flu. Like, Washington the guys that are running the coronavirus thing, everything else, like literally just said it. Like this is no more than that.
But everyone knew that. This is just like an H1N1 situation, but a more powerful thing, maybe H1N1 with SARS combo.
No, it's SARS 2. That's what the COVID is. It's SARS 2.
Yeah.
And it makes sense with the respiratory issues and the rate, but they had the same numbers for H1N1 in Obama, but they somehow just never heard about those numbers.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Well, even like when
wasn't it like 60 million in the U.S.?
No, but I don't know off the top of my head, so I don't want to make a statement.
Yeah, no, I thought it was something like 60 million in the U.S. alone got it, but I could be wrong. You check me out.
Maybe 60 or 50 million infected. I'm not sure about the deaths.
No, it wasn't the deaths. It was infected.
Oh, yeah. Infected, probably, between 50 and 60. That makes sense.
Think about that. If you put a ticker up at that time of all the people infected, like they were doing, case, and you were at 60 million, their administration would have imploded.
Yeah. It makes me want to start a channel just on crime rates. I'll just have rates of DUIs and murders and this, and I bet it'll get more traffic than CNN. That's all they care about.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So, what else, you boys? You got anything else you got about?
I mean,
other than just being beat down on a regular basis, that's about it.
Drew's in the trenches right now.
Every time I see Garrett on Saturday, Garrett's just like, you look like shit. Go change, come back with a better attitude, and then let's train. And I'm just like, but I'm tired. I'm so tired. I
get it. I get it so much because I was at that. My first ones are 16 months apart, so I get it, bro. I get it. And
dude, then the bangs don't work anymore, man. I'm still tired.
I know, and then I got to the point where like we had almost three in diapers at the same time. Like it was like one just got off, then we had 2 in diapers at the same time, and you're not sleeping. And dude, I get it, bro. I get it. You're in the trenches right now, and you know what? I'll tell you. You get your sleep back, but you don't get any of like your energy back because as soon as their little feet hit the ground, mine are 100 miles an hour.
So sleep comes back, but the will to live just goes away. That
the will to live.
I can't go on anymore.
Train, man.
Yeah, I gotta get that poison out, man.
Yeah, that's poison talking that mind of yours right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's all good, man. You adjust. I mean, you guys know. You adjust.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, do we got to call one of them hotlines for you right now, bro?
Yeah, if it's Jersey Mike's and that hotline delivers hot subs, then yeah.
Oh, it does sound good.
Yeah.
Hungry because I haven't eaten since after training.
That was what my wife wanted right after my second was born. The second night in the hospital. I'm like, I'm hungry, and she didn't want hospital food. And she looked on her phone, and she was like, "Yeah, there's a Jersey Mike's like a mile away. Can you go pick me up a sub?"
Yes, man.
Yeah. I can leave the hospital. Yes, yeah. I will. They let you go in and out with the vid.
Yeah, man. Came in, had my mask on, my Jersey Mike's bag. I could tell the security guard was probably jealous because he's probably been crushing like hospital burgers for the past like month.
Oh,
So.
he's hating his life.
You know what? That's totally black privilege right there. Nobody said shit to you. You're a pass guard. You're black. You're like, wait, were you gonna say something? You gonna say something? You
I wouldn't say anything.
Right, that motherfucker.
Dude, I remember like a year ago. These two guys I worked with, they went down to like AC, and so I met them down there a couple hours later. So I brought like a bottle of scotch with me. And the thing is, you really can't bring in outside alcohol. They usually don't allow you to. So I just totally just blanked. So I got this big bottle of Jameson, and I'm walking to the elevators. The security guard, he sees me, and he puts his hand up to stop me, and he sees the bottle, and then he just puts his hand down. He's just like, I don't care. Like, he just walks in. And my buddy's like, you actually brought that in here? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, the security guard probably saw you and was just like, yeah, fuck this. I just don't have the patience. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to be on CNN. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, God forbid I say anything. He's just like, just take your hooch, go upstairs.
Your hooch. Take your jailhouse hooch and get that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on CNN this weekend.
Blyer. That's your Blyer in you, right?
Yep. That's it.
Gotta love it.
He just appreciated it. He's like, you know what? Good for this guy.
Yeah, good.
I wouldn't say
fucking Hennessy. Go on through.
Oh God, yeah. I can't do the sweet stuff, man.
Dude, it's terrible, bro. I can't. I don't understand.
Nothing.
Henny?
Ready?
No.
No.
Negative?
No.
I can't do it.
No. It's scotch. That's it. Yingling. It's simple. I can't. Nothing sweet. Otherwise, the headache.
What you got there, Mr. Mallet?
Oh, look at that guy. Look at that.
Hershey chocolate porter.
Yeah.
That looks delicious.
I'm saucing it up a little bit with the peanut butter whiskey, giving it a little sweetness, baby. You know what I'm saying? Cut away those bitters from that chocolate.
Yeah. So it's like a chocolate peanut butter drink.
Exactly. And it's delicious.
High test.
And after this, I'm going to have another one and go to bed and sleep like a baby, like an angel.
Like an angel.
Like baby Jesus on his first night. Welcome to the world. I'm here to save you.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Something fucking wrong with you, Mallet.
Well, last time I was trying to say a lot more serious because like we were actually talking about some serious things going on with our like deep intelligence country.
Tonight, hoodies and peanut butter beers, and that's it.
Yeah, because I decided
GameStop to lawn darts to
yeah, it got wild, and it's just a bunch of guys just talking about real things in real life. This
guys, the question is like how did we all make it past 30? How did we do that?
I shouldn't have made it past 2020.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was
not
making
year 2020, just 20 years old.
Yeah, I got you. I'm 100% with you. You want to know? Fucking gangsters.
and then from 23 to like 27 and a half. No, I turned 24 when I graduated infantry school, when I got my cross rifles. That was my 24th birthday. Awesome day. And then from that day to like, 2000, that was 2006, 2010, I was pretty much avoiding death.
Yes, exactly.
putting
for a good amount of my 20s, I was avoiding death.
Actively avoiding death.
But I'm still opening up like your little agenda folder for the day. Let's see. Note to self: avoid death.
Yeah, that's what it is. Gump, we have 2 standard rules: take care of your feet, and don't do something stupid like getting yourself killed. That's it.
That's it.
4 years of that.
Okay, I can get down with that. Yep.
Yeah, but that was my 20s though, so it kind of took away my raging youth.
I'm pretty sure we've been raging since we were about 12 years old, bro.
Yeah. Party don't stop.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
There was no more raging needed, so.
Yeah, I'm done, guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, hey, Steve, thank you so much for coming on and helping out, co-hosting until Drew could get on and been doing the baby duty, so we love having you. Yeah. Drew, I got a present for you in the mail today.
Oh man, I like presents.
For D's, bro.
Oh I'm just gonna wear it when I go food shopping. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. Like you're a little kid coming home with a white belt in karate, like doing the moves.
Got my flip flops and got my belt tied around my head. Like,
oh yeah, they're doing the moves in the bread aisle, and they're using the buns as nunchucks. Oh yeah.
So, but
cookies
guys,
like ninja stars, like all that good stuff.
Oh
What?
god, love that shit. Dollar store is my favorite place to go.
yeah, check out Roll Junkie, Two Live Fools promo code gives you 15% off all your jiu-jitsu needs. They just got dropped a new gi. It's navy blue and orange, beautiful. Plus we got the hoodies. They just came in, so check out their hoodies. And don't they got a 3/4 rash guard coming out?
Yes, they do. Can't wait, man. I'm
And
a 3/4 fiend.
like, digital military style print. So like the
Nice.
sticker up there.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yep. So,
Nice.
but awesome guys. Drew, so happy to see your face.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on your own
face.
show.
What's that?
Guys. Yeah, you got the facial hair going. You guys are fucking beautiful. Like, come on.
We do what we can. We do what we can.
I'm just a working man, all right? I'm working man.
I'm just a regular guy. You know?
I'm just a regular guy who's just handsome.
Yeah. 3 hours, so it's all good. All
Well,
right. Talk to you guys soon.
it was great
All right,
seeing you.
guys.
Good luck with everything. Good luck with the gym. Stay safe. Take care of your families, all right?
All right.
Always,
Later.
my friend. You as well.
Later, dudes.